So this ideas means there must be a conflict or confusion between the tourist, the wealthy tourist, and the poor workers because they have a modest wage. So this one could lead the answer letter D, that individuals who work in the industry, the workers, may become resentful. Resentful means they have a strong hate for something. This could be impact. And it is the same. That's why. Letter A is not supported in the text. Related to the topic general, but not related in this text. Found it? He didn't mention about employment at all, so not support. Most of the income from tourism will not benefit the local communities. He didn't mention about any benefits for local communities. Do you imagine it? So we give you ideas not supported in the text. That's why. And of course, he didn't mention about the increase in income will lead to a loss in local culture. So all of these not supported. Now let's jump to the easy ones.
A.
Why do you think it's a do you have any reasons why A?
No, but I think it's A.
Let's read it together. You must respect copyright laws when composing music. When you sample the other artistic music without obtaining permission, you're talking about something else. This one, it's a singular because we're talking about the music of the artist. So it must be singular. Letter B was something plural. Catch it? That's one. We saw here for the singular now. Of course, this one does not work and this one does not make sense. So it is right. Now for 16.
A.
So you think it's A? No. But why not C? So remember A, it's a past participle. Past participle can work as an adjective, but already we have an adjective. Do you remember this structure? Sometimes it comes in the exam. Let me make it bigger for your eyes. Yeah, as I told you, we use adjectives and then follow the noun. And I can use adverb and then adjective, the noun. And that is what is mentioned here. Guilty adjective, person noun. So here we need adverb, and the adverb with ly at the end. So it is letter C. That's why. Now let's jump to the next very quickly. Let me help you.
Mhm.
Sometimes in the test, we test you for specific pronouns. Here, for example, after the death of this person. So it's not his name, it does not make sense. So it's spelling wrong. And here we are talking about okay, but the before apostrophe, it's a plural. Do you feel it? But here's the apostrophe before singular and then apostrophe s and then the noun. But the problem is it A or D? A, it's ambiguous pronoun. Means if I said his what? His son or what? Who is exactly? That's why we need to mention the name. So letter D is correct. That's why.
Mhm.
Number 10. Let me help you for this question. It's called the modifier. He gives you a positive phrase at the beginning, smaller than our sun. What is exactly smaller than our sun from the context? It is there are only lights, our solar system, or the red dwarf star. So it's the letter D. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now let's check again from the content. Is letter D or not? So it's the letter D, correct. Number one, it's from the content already. Here, how can I see the light smaller than the sun? Does not make sense. And after the comma, we need the subject. Remember, as I told you, we can start with phrase or phrases, comma, subject, verb, complement, complete sentence. This information related to the subject or the verb. Here we give you a positive phrase to describe the subject. So you must find what is described as smaller than our sun. Of course, it must be letter D. That's why. Now let's
Mhm.
the next. Have your time. Let me help you. Let's put together why A correct. Follow the rules. Is before from boys before and after complete? So ask yourself, is this one complete sentence? No, it's a fragment. So letter B is wrong. And read carefully. Here phrase, comma, and then this one worked as a lecturer in the Department of English at the University of and published. He worked as and published. So we call it in English compound subject. Subject did to action. Do we have compound subject? Here we have compound predicate. Compound predicate only two verbs. You see, worked and published. Only two verbs means we need and or the word or but and or but without any punctuation because it's only two verbs. But that means we need and without any punctuation. So that means letter D is wrong. Now check again. Why not C? Because this is comma separate the verb from its object without any reason. Because this is object. Because what did he publish? Imagine, as I told you, subject, comma, verb, complement, wrong. This is comma unnecessary. Subject, verb, comma, complement like that, wrong. Because comma only no. But if we have non-essential information, it can be such as like that. Subject, comma, non-essential information, comma, verb, object, full stop, correct. This non-essential information between the commas. But it's non-essential. That's why. But what is the trick? Compound predicate. And predicate means verb. That's why. So A is the best answer. Now let's try 20. Let me help you for number 20. And let's prove why B is correct. Number one, through reading. Those who participate for extended periods, you see those, and then close, delete the close, delete the non-essential information. You will find that this is verb. Those is subject, side verb. I'm just reading to understand. So it is a sentence. Those typically cite the development of personal qualities. And then dash. Check yourself. Do we need second dash? Yes. But what is the complement of the second dash? So imagine a sentence without the not besides the information between two dashes. So read it like that. Cite the development of personal qualities as the reason they continue. It's correct. If I said which is wrong because the qualities it's a plural. How can I qualities which is? So C is wrong. How can I say qualities the reason they? So we need a conjunction to link the ideas. Do you imagine?
Yeah.
How can I say qualities? They say is. This is redundant. We don't need all of this part. So here the conjunction as make it clear. That's fine. feel it? So between two dashes, delete it and read. We'll find it clearly. Now let's jump to 21. Let me help you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the question. We'll find the punctuation. So read the sentence from full stop, full stop. This is sentence already to understand the meaning and context. Here, rainwater collection systems. So we're talking about the system. It can be as simple as. So we need as. Okay. But after this one, we don't need any punctuation to separate the required structure. As simple as, so directly connecting. So we don't need any punctuation in this part. This is called the letter D, grammatically correct. Let's find something. I told you about before one single dash equals calling. So when you find the calling and the dash, but remember one single dash, here is only one single here. That is means both of them wrong because single dash equals calling. So how we have two answers? This is letter B is wrong. Why? Because there is no any reason for this comma. So it's called unnecessary comma. So we can use comma, but if it is used for non-essential information, but what is the non-essential information here? There is no second comma. So letter B it is wrong. So letter D grammatically correct. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's jump to the next. Come on, have that. Let me help you. I was created from the beginning. Look, let's revise. A positive phrase, director of workshop who, after the comma, the subject. Remember, modifier. So your sentence started from here. So Bizarre had great influence for my end. So we are going to start new clause. His work was copied extensively both during and after his lifetime. So it's a compound expression. So we need and it's a compound. So we don't need any punctuation around compound. As I told you, compound the subject to subject, compound the verbs to verbs, compound object, any compound for two things only, we don't need any punctuation. So during and after, it's only two. So we don't need any punctuation, so no dashes, no comma here, and no comma there. That's why. So letter D is the best. Remember the word circa here? Circa means around, like just like approximately around 1455 this way. This is circa Latin language. Now, to jump.
B.
So letter B is the best answer. So now do you understand transition words?
Mhm.
Let me help you. Therefore means cause and effect. So because of this, something happened. So A means C. So sometimes you can find, if you find the two transition words have the same relation, cause and effect, delete both of them. That, that is great. Number 24. There is something checking around here.
C.
So letter C, it's correct, yes. Remember the expression, C, it's correct. The expression namely means I'm going to explain the same idea again. So we have preface idea, following idea. Is the second one similar to the preface one? No. So namely is wrong. So namely means in fact, but I'm going to explain something else. That's why. So namely means just like imagine like similarly, for example. All right, 25. Remember, he needs a specific target, emphasize necessity of protecting the planet. Can it express ability that you can do it? We're talking about the ability. Will for possibility, might with possibility, must for necessity. Since we have no options, we must change our daily routines. Why? Because to protect our planet and the life as we know it. It's something necessity, not necessity, but so little the express necessity. So we test you for the purposes of modal verbs. You know it?
Mm-hmm.
For example, why the writer use if? Because he gives you hypothetical situation to imagine the impact. If everyone works together, even small alternations such as eating more vegetables can make a large difference in the long run at the end. So we give you a hypothetical situation to imagine what can we do. This action did not happen, but we imagine it hypothetical. So if it's a correct use for, and if is subordinated conjunction. So subordinated conjunction, complete clause, comma, complete clause, full stop, correct? And that is happened here. Only this is comma. This is simple clause, and here longer clause. That's why we test you. Again, we can't test you for this calling. Why do we have calling here? Simply follow the rules. Before calling must be complete sentence. Here it's already the effects change. The effect are so subject and verb, and then complement. And after the calling explanation. So calling is in correct place and the correct punctuation. That's why. So we test you in writing here how the sentence is made. That's it. Now your turn, number 26. Let me help you for this question. Do you remember shorter is better?
Mm-hmm.
For redundancy, why should I repeat this word? It's academic style, not informal. So don't repeat, and read faster means accelerate. So it's redundant again and longer repetitive words. Increasingly adverb means increase more means accelerating. So we don't need it. Here quickly means accelerating, so we don't need it. So letter B is correct. Now number 27. Let me help you for this question. Number one, what does the question need exactly? Wants to emphasize a point using the two sons. Letter A mentioned the two sons, but he didn't mention about using. He mentioned performing, so he's wrong. Here he mentioned the chariot changes styles regularly using the song and the song, so letter B correct. He mentioned both of them and he mentioned about using. This is part. Letter C, he mentioned only one song. Letter D didn't mention the songs at all. So it's out of mention of a question. Here it lacks both of them. That's why. You catch it?
Yes.
So that is, let's go to test number 2. Now module 1. Do you have it? Yeah, I sent on the group. You can download it.
A.
Are you sure about A?
Yeah.
But we have a problem. Why not B? Number 1, follow the rules. It's adverb. What does the adverb describe? Adverb describe adjective, describe verb, describe another adverb. So you wanted to say that they resemble logically these ones? I don't think so. Let me help you. Let's find together why the answer it must be letter C. Could we find here superficially? What means superficially? Super, as you know, superficial is something it's only on the outside, on surface. So he said here for Hyrax and the Guinea pig look similar, but they are not really related. So they look similar, but that's not related. Let's find. He said Hyraxes are small and furry. All right, with short tails. Okay. One species is also found in the Middle East. These little animals spend time in trees or rocky outcrops. He said here, but in reality are much more closely related to sea cows and elephants. So if you said logically means you prove that they are completely similar, but it's not because he used but. So but it tells you we need something here opposite this part. So if you said in reality, A, it's not opposite. Customary does not make sense. We're not talking about the customs or habitually or something the time. Does not make sense. Universally, just like globally. See, just like famously. It does not. But superficial, it means just they look like, but it's not. That's why. So it's letter C. Now it's your turn for number 2. What does the word frustrated most nearly mean? Let me help you. Number one,
Okay.
annoyed. But remember, what does the word describe? We're frustrated. What were frustrated? The purpose. How can I say the purposes are annoyed? Does not make sense. The purpose are not fulfilled or achieved, but we are not talking about that because he said by the word do and then by termination error. Does not make sense. How can I say purposes are satisfying? Does not make sense. But purposes prevented or blocked, stopped by this one. Feel it?
Mhm.
Just like imagine
Yes.
your target, your aim stopped because there is war. That's it. So always find the subject and the verb and object to help you. Here is subject purpose, here is the verb, and then the subject. That's why. So I like you to keep the rest homework for you and expect some